Wanted to jump on here real quick before I get done with the work week, all that good stuff. Done with another work week. Want to jump on real quick. I'm not gonna worry about if anybody jump on right away or not. But one of my focuses this week, um, talking to my students and showing some educational videos and talking about money and talking about assets and liabilities and um, is learning how to make money work for you. Money is designed to multiply. Money is designed to really not just save it. When I was growing up, one of the biggest things that was always talked about was just save your money, save your money, save your money. But as I got older and I began to understand more about money and credit and things like that, I understand that money is designed to multiply. Money is designed to work for you. I understand that a lot of us still got 9 to 5s, and some of us, like myself, I have a nonprofit organization, and I have a business. I mean, I have a nonprofit organization, and I go to work. But the money that I work for, I make it work for me, and then always trying to find a way, whatever resources that are coming through my nonprofit organization, always trying to invest it in the right things where it can generate money for me as well. And when we think about making money work for us, we think about assets and liabilities and things like that. Having our assets generate a cash flow, generate some income that will help, build other things, purchase other property. There's so many different ways to establish a cash flow other than just saving. But like I said, money is supposed to multiply. Money is supposed to build. And if you learn how to be a good steward over your money and make it work for you, listen, it can really work for you in a way that you can establish and create so much. And so what was the purpose of this video? The purpose of this video is to enlighten you and to encourage you that opportunities are unlimited. Our opportunities are unlimited. When you understand the real purpose of money and making it work for you, and purchasing property and making that, and once you purchase that property, not just having that type of an asset, but having that type of property that it can generate a cash flow for you. Most people, like they may be homeowners, which is great. You don't have a mortgage, but you got to pay taxes. But if I begin to purchase property and create a cash flow through buying this property and maybe renting this property out or whatever the case is, now I'm creating a cash flow that's going to work for me. All right. And so the key to it all is learning and strategizing how money can work for you. Yeah, we work for money. I get it. For some people, they don't work for money. Some people, they got themselves through investing and things like that. They got ahead of the game and they got money working for them in a different kind of way. But for some of us that are just maybe at the base of investing or at a base of building assets and things like that, when we buy a car, oftentimes we just think, well, I'm just buying this car because, or I'm financing this car because this is what I like and I want to drive. But have we ever thought about possibly purchasing some vehicles, getting them fixed up where they're great running condition, and then possibly renting those vehicles out because some people need vehicles, or possibly starting a transportation company where you can use those vehicles to pay off the insurance that's on those vehicles or whatever or also to help keep up the maintenance of those vehicles. So there's so many different ways of purchasing assets, having assets more than liabilities. I think a lot of times some people have more going out than coming in. And oftentimes that happens because we're not good stewardship of what we have. And sometimes it's not even the fact that we're not good stewardships of what we have. Sometimes I don't think really people understand how much money they really have sometimes. Some people do, but some people don't. And you realize when you really start stewarding your money and stewarding the things that you have, you'll find out that you really have a lot more than you thought you had. But when you start taking care of it, when you start taking care of your finances, you start taking care of your assets, and using your assets in a way to generate a cash flow, that the cash flow that I'm generating off of that asset now could be capital that I use to pay off things, and capital that I use to to use to purchase other property. You don't have to, work a job. And it seems like that's what happens to us, that we work a job and that's our only source of income. But there's more ways to generate capital. And when you find these opportunities to generate more capital, to purchase property, and to have assets generate a cash flow for you, then you're making money work for you. You're making money work for you. So I teach a lot. I teach business entrepreneurship at the school I'm at a career tech school, and I'm trying to broaden my students' minds to not just settle with mediocrity, just not just settle with this is status quo type of lifestyle. A lot of our students, they are raised up in low income homes. Mom or dad or both parents still paycheck to paycheck, and some people think that's just a way of life, but paycheck to paycheck was never a way of life. And you have to really step outside the box. We have to really start, I guess I could say, break down these generational patterns of thinking that this is a norm of life. And so I'm trying to expand and to open my youth, my children, my students, their minds. And I have teenagers that I'm teaching, they're 11th and 12th graders, trying to get them prepared for life. That, yeah, it's cool that you're working for somebody right now, but the money you're working for, make that money work for you until you're able to get a lot of assets that you can create a cash flow from that. There's many ways to get a cash flow, though. I appreciate it. There's many ways to get a cash flow. Cash flow in the sense of where you can have money taken out of your check and you're saving it, but you're saving it to invest it. And there's safe ways to invest. There's CDs, there are IRAs, and and these are just some safe ways to invest, even though they have different guidelines to those investments that you have to follow. But those are some safe ways to invest. And it's good to connect. If you have a local bank, it's good to connect with your local bank and see what opportunities that you have to maybe to get more assets, to invest your money, so you can create some type of a cash flow and make money work for you. So this whole video is all about making money work for you in a way that's going to be more beneficial. Not only just working a job and using that income to survive, but working that job, learning how to invest your money, manage your money in a way that you can purchase other assets, whether it's a car, whether it's a house, and then generating an income, a cash flow through that car that you just bought, or that house that you just bought, fixing it up and renting it out, where now that rent money now pays off whatever expenses you may have on that house, or whatever the case may be. Maybe purchasing a car. There's some companies in the area where I have, and they're low income companies where they rent out their cars. They buy cars, fix them up, make them workable, and then people have to rent them. And instead of going to a high end rental place to rent a car, this is a low end rental place where, hey, your insurance covers the car, they drive it, it's a nice car in great condition, and then so what happens is with that you generate a cash flow from purchasing a car that you fixed up, and now that money that you are getting from that vehicle that you purchased and fixed up, you're generating a cash flow where now I can purchase another car, or now I can use this cash flow maybe to pay the insurance on that car, or to pay off other things. So what am I saying? Begin to strategize how you want to not just invest your money, but begin to strategize how you're going to use your assets, or to purchase assets that can create a cash flow. That's all I'm trying to talk about. Yeah, it's good to have good credit, and good credit. If you have good credit, you got money, and that's what I teach my students in my class. If you got good credit, you got money, and it gives you a lot of availability to a lot of different things when you have good credit. But when you learn how to make money work for you, when you have assets and you're creating a cash flow off of those assets, listen, there's a lot of good things that can happen. Now you're really thinking outside the box. Now you're not just paycheck to paycheck anymore. Now you're creating a cash flow that you can really build and do a lot of great things. So I pray what I shared on today is just a little insight, a little helpful to all those who may been saving money for the past 5 years or saving money for the past 6 months, and you're trying to figure out what you're going to do with your money. Listen, there's a lot that you can do with your money. You just have to direct it and put it where it can multiply. Once again, money is meant to multiply. Money is meant to work for you. You just have to figure out and strategize how you want that money to work for you and make it work for you where you can create a cash flow where you can start to purchase more assets and have less liabilities. All right. So just want to share a little bit, some of the things I've been talking to my students and teaching them this week. I hope it helps you to look at your capital in a different way and learn how to strategize and use it in a way that can help you rather than you just working for it, but now you're making your capital work for you in a way that you can create a cash flow that can help build an empire, help build things that you never dreamed you could build, but because you have money working for you. So feel free to subscribe. I pray what I share was good stuff and it can help you. Just kind of releasing some of the things that's been on my mind and heart this week concerning creating a cash flow and assets and liabilities, and trying to learn how to find different ways to pay off our liabilities with capital and paying off our liabilities with different assets that's creating a cash flow. So listen, be encouraged. Tune in next time. We got service coming up this coming Sunday. Feel free to tune in live this coming Sunday around 11 o'clock Eastern time, 11 o'clock Eastern time. And then we also have service at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So feel free to tune in those times. Go ahead and subscribe if you have not subscribed. We not only do kingdom ministry, but I also talk about business. I also talk about life. I give a lot of words of wisdom and insight on things that can help you better yourself, better your future, and leave an inheritance, not just for your children, but your children's children. So be encouraged. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe. Get your friends on here. Have them subscribe. I'm really trying to build my page, and your help and you tuning in helps me to build my page. So be encouraged. Tune in next time.